All right, we're going to go over a couple of things in Blackboard today and a couple of different accounts that you're going to use for this class. Hopefully this won't take very long. Make sure that you are in Blackboard and you are in dollars and cents. And when you get there, you're going to click on fourth marking period, and you're going to see some different file folders there. We've already gone over Money Matters Online, and eventually you're going to have assignments in there. Probably by tomorrow you'll have assignments in there. But you already know how to log into that, and you already know how to work in Money Matters Online. So we're probably not going to have a lot of time for that today because I want to show you something different. It goes right along with it, and it's going to be the same type of material, but it's in a little bit different format. So we're going to take a look today at this folder right here that says Smart Money Modules. Everybody click on that folder. Is the screen frozen over there? Okay, well mine isn't, so the screencast is still good. Why are you not working? There we go. Alright, again it was the fourth marking period, and there's a folder called Smart Money Modules right here. Alright, we're going to start with Module 1. You might want to just pay attention up here. I'll tell you every now and then to click something, but I really need to make sure that you're watching up here. We're starting with Module 1, which is Bank on It. This particular curriculum that we're using, this Smart Money curriculum, actually comes from the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. They created this curriculum to teach young people about money and banks and dollars and cents, like we are in here. The first thing I want to show you in here is that each one of these modules, and they kind of go along with what you have in your Money Matters Online. It's similar information, just a different format. So this first one right here, we have this Module 1 Bank on It PDF. I want everybody to click on that. And it's going to open probably in your screen. Now, this is great for reading, but I want us to do something else with this. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to go up here to the top of it, and there's a little download arrow right here. I want you to download this, and you're going to put it on your desktop. Does everyone see this right here where it says New Folder? If you click on desktop over here and then new folder, you're going to create a folder. And I want you to call that folder dollars and cents. So everybody do that right now. On your desktop, click new folder, name it dollars and cents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this while you're doing it. Alright, now that you have your folder and you've named it dollars and cents, you're going to double click it to open it. And you've already got your file name down here. It's Module 1 Participant Guide PDF. I want you to click on the word Save, and it's going to save that document in that folder. Now mine says new folder because I've already created one in the last class period, so I'm not going to create another new one. But it's following the same steps. Yours will say dollars and cents if you gave it that name. Your file name is here, and just click the word Save. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to save it again. Alright, if you'll come over here and minimize your internet browser, drop it down where you can't see it anymore. Now here's my folder right here called dollars and cents. So I want you to go to your desktop, open your folder called dollars and cents, and I want you to double click on that PDF file. I want you to open it. You don't really need this side window open over here, so I'm going to close that on mine. All right, at this point, you should just be listening and paying attention up here. There's going to be things for you to do in a moment, but right now, pay attention up here. All right, the first section that we're doing is called Bank on It, and this is the participant guide. And this comes from a program called FDIC Money Smart for Young Adults. They had one for middle school, and they had one for teens, but they didn't cover very much in there. And I really felt like you guys needed the one for young adults, since this is a high school credit class, and there's more information in this one than there is in the others. It's still organized very well. It's still easy to follow, but you just get more information in this. All right. The different modules are Bank on It, Check It Out, Setting Financial Goals, Pay Yourself First, Borrowing Basics, Charge It Right, Paying for College and Cars, and A Roof Over Your Head. We're starting with the first one right here, Bank on It. And that's the only one that's in this particular participant guide. They give you some guides here. These are just different people that are involved in the curriculum that they have. All right, a pre-assessment. Pre means before. This means you have not read the information yet. I do not expect you to get this absolutely perfect, but you will have a pre-assessment that will show up in Blackboard probably tomorrow, and you will need to do that. Now, your pre-assessment, it is not my intention to give you a failing grade on that because you've never read this before. That is not how I operate in here. But what I do need to see is kind of where everybody is on this stuff. It helps me to gauge how much time we need to spend on different things. So you will do the pre-assessment in Blackboard, not here, but in Blackboard. You will turn it in, and whether I treat it as a daily grade or a test grade, I have not decided. More than likely it will be a daily grade. But rather than 30 or 40 because you didn't know the answers on here, you're going to get a grade for turning it in. So that's why it's probably going to be a daily grade. If you complete it and you turn it in on time, you're going to make 100 for a daily grade. Now, I will be able to look at it and see how everybody did as far as answering, and that helps me to gauge what I need to do in here. So don't let that scare you. You will have a post-test that will be a test grade, and that will be graded accordingly to see where you are, or a post-assessment. I like the word assessment better than test. All right, let's see. On page 6, if everybody will click their down arrow until you get to page 6 on this, you can see what's going on here. Now, mine already has some marking on it because I saved mine from last period with the markings on it. I'm going to show you how to do that. Up here in this top right hand side, it says highlight text. And if you were to click on that, and then you come down here and you select the part that you want to highlight, it will turn it a different color around it. It's just like the highlighter that you use in Microsoft Word and other things. Now, this first page 6 is important, and what we're going to do is I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about how to read critically, how to just pick out the parts that really matter, because this is a tool that you can use not just in this class but in all your other classes as well. This first page right here talks about the purpose. Bank on It provides an overview of banking services. It is designed to help you build a positive relationship with financial institutions such as banks, thrifts, and credit unions. All right, that's important. That's the purpose of this whole module that we're doing right here. It gives you some objectives. Identify the major types of insured financial institutions. Identify 5 reasons to use a bank. Describe the steps involved in opening and maintaining a bank account. Describe 2 types of deposit accounts. Identify additional bank services that come with deposit accounts. And describe the main functions of the bank customer service representative, teller, loan officer, and branch manager. Now, these are the things that you're supposed to discover while you're reading. So these are what you're going to use to guide you through your reading on here. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight something here to show you how. Right here, we would click on the highlight text. Now I've already got some stuff highlighted. You're going to need to do that yourselves. But let's just say right here, I want to highlight the word purpose. I just click and drag over it and it highlights it. And let's say here I want to highlight the word objectives. And then we've got your purpose highlighted already, or you will have to do that yourselves. And then down here, objectives, we've highlighted those. I'm going to give you a few minutes, well, not more than a minute. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to highlight these things, see how the highlighting tool works. I see lots of highlighting already. That's good. All right, and let's move on to some different pages here. Agenda and ground rules, we don't need that. We don't need student materials right here. I'm going to get you to the good stuff down here. And all right, here we go. Module 1, Bank on It Participant Guide. They have a little cartoon up here, and they're discussing the fact that he put his money in a bank and she keeps hers in a drawer. And then he reminds her, well, hey, maybe your little brother can get into it in your drawer, but if it's in the bank, he can't get to your money. So, you know, one of the reasons that you have your money at a bank is because, you know, if you keep it in a drawer, sometimes people can find that. People used to stuff money in mattresses. That could be problematic because people knew that people stuffed money in mattresses and they looked for it. Okay, but the bank is the probably safest place to keep it because then you don't have to worry about losing it. All right, right here it says overview of what banks do. What comes to mind when you hear the word bank? A bank is a business that offers you a safe place to keep your money and uses your deposits to make loans. This business is also called a financial institution. Banks offer many financial services. All right, well, obviously this is already highlighted. But what is highlighted right here? What would you call this? A bank is a business that offers you a safe place. What is that? Is it an explanation or is it a definition? It's more of a definition, right? And definitions are going to be important in what you read because these terms, if you don't know what they mean, if you don't know what a bank is, then how are you going to understand what a bank account is? All right, and right here, here's one thing I want you to get from taking notes on this. You do not have to highlight every single word. You do not have to highlight the whole paragraph to get a little piece of what's important out of there. The less you highlight, the more it will stand out. If you highlight everything, nothing's going to stand out because it's all going to be highlighted and you might as well have not highlighted anything. So only highlight the parts that are really important. Right here. We might ought to have highlighted this in the last class. Financial institution, that's an important word there. And then it says banks offer many financial services. All right, so I want you to highlight this section right here. A bank is a business that offers you a safe place to keep your money and uses your deposits to make loans. That's an important definition. Then highlight the word financial institution and then many financial services. I want you to highlight just those things right there, not the whole paragraph. Practice not highlighting everything. All right. It says banks offer many financial services. What experiences have you had with a bank? You might think about how many of you have a bank account right now? You have a checking account that you use or a debit card or something that's yours that your parents opened for you? Yeah. Yeah, all of my kids got bank accounts when they were like 13 or 14, and that's where they had to put their money. And of course, now when you do that, your bank account is attached to your parents' bank account because you as a minor are not allowed to make a contract with anyone. So it's kind of a contract relationship So you're not allowed to sign those. So your parents have to have a connection to that account and help oversee it. All right, right here, we're going to go to, this is page 9. Everybody scroll down to page 9 or use the arrow key to get to page 9. And the question on this page is, why keep money in a bank? All right, so that is probably what you're going to be looking for, is reasons why you should keep your money in a bank. And they give you a list right here. Safety, convenience, cost, security, and financial future. So you might want to highlight those things right there. But then what you're going to want to do, well, why does it create safety? Money is safe from theft, loss, and fire. Now, you don't necessarily have to highlight that whole sentence. You could highlight the words theft, loss, and fire. You don't have to highlight everything. You just want certain parts of it to stand out. You definitely need to highlight your headings here so that you know what you're looking at. Convenience. You can get money quickly and easily. Using direct deposit, for example, saves you time and allows you quicker access to your money. Funds that are electronically deposited in your account are available sooner than if you deposit a paper check. Okay, so convenience, they give you some tools here. Direct deposit, electronic funds that are electronically deposited are available sooner. There you go. All right. Now, are you getting the idea of what things to highlight and the fact that you do not have to highlight everything? Are there any questions at this point? All right, we're going to stop on this document for right now, but I need to show you something first. And I want everyone to look up here, pay attention. You have made changes to this document by putting highlighting marks on there. So it's different than the document you started with, correct? You had one that didn't have any highlighting on it at all, and now you have put highlighting on it. So what you're going to do, when you close this, don't do this yourself yet, just watch and listen. It's going to ask you, do you want to save the changes to this document before closing? You need to say yes. Now, mine is saved in a folder on my desktop called Dollars and Cents, and here's my folder right here. And I don't necessarily need to change the name of the document. You can if you want to, so you have your original and you have the one you're working on. But I would recommend that you just save it under the same name. You click the word Save. Now it says, Module 1 Participant Guide PDF already exists. Do you want to replace it? Tell it yes. And then that way, all you have is the new document. You don't have the old one to get confused with it anymore. And when I go back to this document and open it again, the highlighting will still be on it, plus the extra highlighting that I added this time. All right. Does everybody see that? All right. Now, before we close this section, are there any questions on what to do with the participant guides? All right, I'm going to pause. All right, we're going to go back to the fourth marking period. Everybody go there in Blackboard, fourth marking period. Everyone needs to be in the same place. Those of you on your email need to get there, please. Blackboard, fourth marking period. Again, we're going to go down here to Smart Money Modules, and we're going to go back to Module 1, Bank on it. All right, the next thing that we have in here, we have Module 1, Bank on it, Quizlet Link. And we're not going to do that yet because I want you to, the other folders will not have a class link in it, only this first one, because once you join the class, you'll be in there. So I want everyone to click on this link right here that says Dollars and Cents Quizlet Class Link. Now, it's going to give you the option of joining this class. Now, if you have never created a Quizlet account, you're going to need to do so. If you already have a Quizlet account, those of you who are already in one of my other classes, all you're going to have to do is join the class. But everyone else is going to need to create an account. And when you do that, it will automatically ask, you might have to check off the class you want to join. But because I sent you this link, all you have to do really is fill out your login information that you're going to want to use and take care of this. Now, hold on one second. Before I turn you loose to do this, to create an account, you have an email address through the school. It's your ID number at crowleyisdtx.me. But you probably, most of you, already have a Gmail or something else that you use. I would prefer that for most of the accounts that we set up, unless I explicitly tell you to use your school account, I would prefer that you use your Gmail account or whatever you have that's personally yours. The reason for that is this. Your school email, your ID number at crowleyisdtx.me, is your email address for school. And when you graduate from Crowley, if you stay here that long, you lose that email address. If you move away from here and go to another school, you lose that email address. So that makes it really problematic if you forget a password or something, because they can't reset your password because you don't get that email anymore. So that's why you need to use your Gmail or something like that that belongs to you personally, not the school, to set up these accounts. And this Quizlet thing, this is an amazing tool that you can use no matter what class you're in, because you can search for all different types of vocabulary sets to study, and they're probably already out there, already created. All you have to do is use them to study with. They even have things on here. It's not necessarily just definitions. You could use this for your science or biology class. Let's say you were studying the human body systems. You could put in there circulatory system and describe what the function of the circulatory system is and use that. Your nervous system, what's the function of the nervous system? It doesn't have to be definitions. It could be functions. Or you could study states and state capitals and things like that. There's all different ways that you can use this. And Quizlet works wonderfully on your phone. Okay, so when you're going down the road in the car on a car trip or, road trip or whatever, and you think, oh, I got a test when I get back, I'm kind of bored, I can look at Quizlet. It also has games on there that you can use to study with. Okay, so Quizlet is a great tool, and I want you all to have an account there and get logged into the class. So I'm going to pause this and let you guys get that set. Alright, back in Blackboard now, it says Module 1, Bank on It, Quizlet Link. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take you to the study set for this module. The vocabulary is down here. It looks like there are 22 terms in this one. There are different ways you can study. I'm going to recommend that you use the flashcards. It'll put a definition or a term here. A financial institution that is run under state laws and regulations. They make loans, pay checks, accept deposits, and provide other financial services. Up here, if you need to hear it, let's see, are they going to do that? No, it's not working. It's probably just mine. But you can use the speech to text up here. I'm sorry, text to speech up here. Mine is not currently working. I'm having issues with the sound on my computer right now. Now, if you're ready to, what do you think the definition of this one is? A financial institution run under state laws. They make loans, pay checks, accept deposits. What is it?
Bank.
A bank. Okay, so let's flip the card. It is a bank. Okay. When you're done studying that word, you click the arrow and you go to a next word. All right, you can review those. Now I'm going to go back here. We will be in here using the test feature later on as a quiz over the vocabulary, but you don't need to worry about that right now. There are games here that you can play, the match game, the gravity game, and probably tomorrow we will play some Quizlet Live. Any of you played Quizlet Live? Those of you who were not in my class last semester, have you played Quizlet Live before? Okay, yeah, it's pretty fun though. So we will probably do that tomorrow. Before we move away from Quizlet, are there any questions about how to get your class set up or how to use the study tools in here or anything else? Yeah. No? Okay. All right, so we went over what was in Blackboard under Module 1, Bank on it. You saw the participant guide. You saw how to highlight it, how to save your information on there. That's going to be important information for you to begin becoming familiar with. You should have set up your class for Quizlet. You should have joined the class and set up your own login for that. Remember to use your own email address. If you have one, you can use the school email if that's all you have. And then I showed you the link to Module 1 vocabulary in Quizlet. Today, you are responsible for making sure that account is set up, that you're part of the class, and then you have a choice. You can study the vocabulary on Quizlet. You can continue reading that PDF file and taking notes on that, or you can go log in to Money Matters Online and work there. Those are your three options. So you have the remainder of the class period to work on those things. Are there any questions before I turn you loose to work? All right, feel free to, I'm going to post this video on Blackboard, and if later on in the day there's something you don't understand how to do, or you don't remember how to do, go back to the video. You can pause the video just like I paused it while recording it. You can pause it while it's playing and go do the steps that it shows you so that you can keep up with it and learn what to do. All right? And I will post those. I will probably post this video. I'm either going to put it here in Module 1. More than likely, I'm going to put it right here where it says Class Information, Tutorial Videos. I am probably going to post it in that folder. It will either be at the very bottom or the very top because I may reorder the videos. But it will be in there. All right, any questions? All right, you guys get started.